From your experience in submitting Man in a Box to some of these film festivals, you've probably learned your own sort of do's and don'ts checklist,
Yeah.
For a future short that you plan on making soon.
Right.
And what are some of those things that you've learned?
Man in a Box, that process, it was really great that Kevin included me, in the festival submission process, because it gave me an education that I didn't get in film school or anywhere else of, kind of navigating the festival circuit and kind of figuring that out. One of the big things I can say about it is you got to get it in early. That was something I think that we went up against with a lot of the submissions, that we were running into deadlines, and especially with a suspense movie, especially with a feature length, you want to get it into their hands as early as you can. I mean, right now, I want to say that there's close to 10,000 short films submitted to Sundance. They only screen 200. I mean, your odds are very small. So the sooner you can get it in their hands, the better shot you have. If you wait, which I know happened to us, that there were some festivals that we really pushed the deadline, and there's no way to quantify whether or not that was the reason that we didn't get picked up by those festivals. But I think that was a big learning curve, was just, realizing that, yeah, just because the deadline is September, but, if they've already accepted 500 from the early, July submission, what shot do you have? So that would be number one, is get the film in as early as possible, even if it is in a rough cut state. And that's something that Kevin and I also went back and forth with, was, do we submit it as complete as possible? And there's no right or wrong to it. I know that there's a lot of films that are submitted almost as work prints, where they don't have all their special effects in place, they don't have music, and they're kind of throwing up title cards at certain spots where there's stuff missing. For us, we wanted it to be as complete as possible. We wanted it to have the best shot that it could, and I think we felt that it being in too rough of a state, might have lessened the chances. So.
Well, for this short film that you plan on making soon, do you have an idea of where to go to look for festivals that will fit that genre and that time length?
Well, yeah, there's definitely festivals like in LA that are geared towards short films, but naturally I want to cover as many as possible. You kind of have to factor that into your budget, when you're making a film, is the festival submission charges, but for me, exposure is everything. I don't want to limit myself to just the festivals that are geared towards shorts. I want to submit that film to everything that I can afford. So.
And knowing that it is a short film, do you think you would throw it up on YouTube or Vimeo afterward, after you've already done your festival runs?
Yeah, I mean,
the entire thing.
Yeah, and this actually is something that I talked to Kevin about too, with Man in a Box, and it's something I plan to do with my short film Capsized, is that having kind of a tier system for exposure, where we're going to target the film festivals first, and then probably do live stream and some other opportunities for Facebook and different people that are part of our social network first, almost like hey, sneak peek, please, for everybody that shares this, we're going to do Q&A sessions, and we're going to do this, and do some live streams that we have control over before we just kind of blindly throw it out on YouTube, because I feel like you kind of have to build up as much buzz as you can with your own website, with your own network, your own social marketing, before you just go, here it is on YouTube, wishing a prayer, is anybody going to search for it and find it? So YouTube is probably going to be the last step for me.